Hello friends, welcome back to Value Vintage Cards. Today I'm going to continue my R recaps. This is going to be the R311 set. It's going to be basically a short summary and run through what I have in my collection currently. So R311 is neat because it's a 1936 production time frame. What you end up seeing though is there's kind of almost like two different sets. There's a 27 card run that is glossy. They're all 6x8s, I think, regardless of finish. So glossy kind of looks like it's a just aftermarket printed item. It looks like something you print off at the local store and put on your wall, but it's actually an original photograph and issue from that era. The other one is what I think is kind of one of my favorite sets. It's the leather finish. So still designated the exact same way. There's 27 glossy, there is 15 of the leather finish, and they're all 6x8s. They're all blank backs, so no matter what you get, you're going to have just nothing on the back. Actually, because I like the leather so much, I've kind of been diving into that aspect more than I have the glossy, but the glossy has some pretty amazing players in it as well. It's not anything to duplicate and have the exact same in each. In fact, I'm not sure if any of them are duplicated in both versions of the issues. Nothing I have would duplicate, so to the best of my knowledge, without doing a simple search, I believe they are all unique. So let me run through what I have. I will show you some of what I think is extra cool about this set. So again, it's R311 1936. I'm going to start off with the glossy. So there's 27 in the set. I have 4 of them. But they are just fantastic images. So not quite, in fact, I think this is probably an 8x10 case. So to give you some perspective, it's an 8x10 top loader, but it's a 6x8 item. But, just fantastic image, well done, well finished. Everything about that is super cool. That's Earl Averill. Sorry, I said that name kind of weird. But Hall of Fame player. There's a good solid list of Hall of Famers in this production. There's obviously just some star players of the day, but you do get a chance to pick up some big names. And these, I want to say these are dozens of dollars. I know I use that term often, but they're not $12, but they're dozens. They're not hitting 100 for some of these lesser known Hall of Famers of the day. So someone like that, Bill Terry, very common, was it Diamond Stars, I believe, has a similar type of image, but just really cool pose. Again, they're all blank back, so there's nothing fun there. William Bill Terry. I get caught up on these anyway, just because when you start looking at the field, the base, shoes, the glove, the uniform, everything about that's just super neat. So Bill Terry, good choice. One of my Strongsville pickups would also fit in here. So we've got the 1935 American League All-Stars. Ridiculous. Front row is Lefty Grove, Mickey Cochran, Rogers Hornsby. Next to him is Lou Gehrig, Al Simmons. Just skipping through Rick Farrell, Charlie Gehringer's there, Jimmy Fox, Joe Cronin. Oh, good golly. Hank Greenberg. Trying to see who else. Lefty Gomez. I mean, that's just reading you the highlights, but who wouldn't want that, right? When you get in really tight, you get an idea of all those players. It lists them all. I mean, you got Lefty Grove, Rogers Hornsby, Lou Gehrig, Charlie Gehringer, Jimmy Fox. That's, you know, Hank Greenberg. I mean, man, that's a win. So not only do you get individuals at a very affordable price, but you get these, you know, an all-star. There's team issues. I don't have any team issues just yet, but a couple of them look interesting. I think it's my only graded one with the glossy finish. So kind of a neat one. Something on there. It's weird. But Dizzy Dean, fantastic image. Just wonderful Jerome Dizzy Dean as it's signed at the bottom. But again, you know, all the details of the field, all the details of uniform, the glove, I mean, just everything about that. It's super cool, right? So that is it for the glossies. So I have, what, 4 out of 27. Leather, I'm actually almost halfway to the entire set. So I've got, I think it's 7 out of the 15. So, not going to do the set. There's probably 1 or 2 more I want to get, though. So, first up, we will go with Charles Red Ruffing. Get an idea. So we can read his name, see the shoes. Everything about this is just fantastic. The images are so darn cool. Sometimes I try and move around and save some super cool ones for the end, but they're all super cool. I've been on a bit of a Charlie Gehringer kick, and I realize how much I really do appreciate him. I don't know if he's a top 4 second baseman. If he's not, he's 5th. I mean, he's in the top 5. So maybe we'll have to do a Mount Rushmore of second baseman and see who puts him in, who puts him out. I think there's probably 2 or 3 that are locks, and there's a couple that are maybe debatable. But again, blank backs, and again, this is an 8x10 crazy huge top loader. So that's size perspective. That's what it looks like. All right, next up, after Gehringer, we'll go, let's go with this one. Gabby Hartnett. Sometimes you'll see it's like Leo Gabby Hartnett. This one's not, but so catcher, basically in catcher position, but without all the catcher gear on. Still get really cool image of glove, jersey, shoes, the field. I mean, everything about that's just so gosh darn neat, right? So that is the Gabby Hartnett. I guess I'll go with this one next. This is one of my favorites. I feel like I say that probably to half of them. But that is ridiculously cool. 1936 Joe DiMaggio with a couple of teammates. And the teammates, actually, Tony Lazzeri and Frank Cressetti are not exactly no-name players. Lazzeri's Hall of Famer, and Cressetti's, it's a name. Somebody who had some seasons, regular player. It's a name I've heard of, even before I was probably deep diving on pre-awards. It's a name I had heard of for whatever reason. So I feel like if you're a Yankee and you're a regular for 8 to 10 years, that says something, and people have heard of you. So but you know, 2 Hall of Famers and a Joe DiMaggio rookie-ish item is pretty awesome to be in that set. This one is a classic. I've got some friends that are deep diving right now on Hornsby. I feel like the industry as a whole is maybe taking a little more note of Hornsby. I don't know that he's necessarily catching up to Ty Cobb or anything, but there's definitely some sets where, you know, cards that used to be a few $100 all of a sudden are, you know, pushing 1,000 or going over 1,000. So something's going on. People are getting more aware of his greatness and paying attention. My world, he's #1 second baseman, even though his defense wasn't necessarily off the charts. I would put him as the greatest second baseman ever, and I probably would rank him as the greatest right-handed hitter, not right-handed player. I don't think I'm quite that crazy because his defense would be lacking, but if you said I need a right-handed hitter to come up to the plate, it's going to be tough to beat a guy that can, you know, hit 400 that often and win Triple Crowns and MVPs and everything else. So pretty gosh darn phenomenal. But again, kind of we'll zoom in on how cool that is. The leather finish on these really does differentiate this set. It's just something so unique. If you're trying to get some you know, samplings of different things and get a feel for what is out there, this set will be something you'll remember as distinct and different. So definitely encourage somebody to take a deep dive on this set, and if you're going to do one of the two, go with the leather finish. You'll notice the difference. You'll notice most of mine are not graded. I like the fact I can take them out and hold them. This is one of my newest ones. There is a R312 of R311 and Honus Wagner together that I feel like I see every so often. And then there's this one that I feel like I see roughly never. And I absolutely love that. The other one, it looks like Wagner's kind of standing there like he's about to like throw a ball or something. And this one he's working on, you know, tagging base runner out. So R311 sliding in, and the great Honus Wagner tagging him. So 2 Hall of Fame Pirate shortstops. One is at the current time coaching, and the other one is pretty early into his playing career. So super neat though. The leather finish again, just I don't think you can really do it justice. If you get in close enough, maybe you can tell it looks a little bit different. I'll do anything I can to make that come to life. If I'm going to be a good pre-war pusher, I got to do everything I can to make this look amazing. It's just so darn cool. And this next one is my last one. So, grand finale. I would say one of maybe his, I would say probably his best card, and maybe, I mean, just top 10 card, in my opinion, just for cool factor, for neat look. Absolutely fantastic. My good friend Jason just picked one up, and I believe, okay, it's a spec. Thought I saw, maybe I do see a pinhole. These grading companies, they're so silly. But Jimmy Fox, not known necessarily for his catching prowess. He's probably somebody else you could argue out as best right-handed hitter ever. Talk about a set, Hornsby and Fox. I mean, either one of those could be in your discussion for best right-handed hitter. You know, put Willie Mays in there, Hank Aaron, maybe a few others that you want to have a discussion with, but there are 2 of them. They're going to be on anybody's short list. But this is just so ridiculously cool. Between the name, which obviously is not his signature because he was an IE. You do find a lot in this era with Jimmy Fox. You'll find a lot that are just FOX. Butterfinger actually has 2 issues. One's an FOX, one's an FOXX. So his nickname was Double X. So the Beast or Double X, whatever you want to go with for his nickname, but should have gotten that spelling right. Big old monster slab for a 6x8 item. But again, one of the absolute coolest images. I mean, when you get in close, you see his face behind that Super old school catcher's mask. For me, that's about as good as it gets. So that is what I currently have, and a little bit of a rundown of R311. So Glossy, definitely pick up some Hall of Famers. You get some really cool like team issues, which could be a neat way. That All-Star item I snagged is phenomenal. And then the leather finish, I will say that will be something that you will remember in your collection. Oversized, pre-war, absolutely a win every time. Can't get enough of it. And the value of what you get and the display ability, the size, you'll see these back up on the shelves behind me. Absolutely love them. So that's the R311 rundown. I will catch you all on the next one. We'll keep doing this. See you guys.